Hello everyone! For today's vlog, we will be having a little segment called Course Reviews. In Course Reviews, we will be reviewing or talking about a course in my current university. The course that we will be talking about today would be Gymnopédies, or General Education on Mathematics in the Modern World. Now, before we start criticizing this course, we'd want to know the background of the course or what it's about. Gmat is a course that is focused on studying the practical applications of math in our modern world. For example, the use of coding theory in relaying information from one place to another with little to none error. Coding theory can be used from wireless communication to transmission of images from outer space. Coding theory can also be seen from the barcodes in the supermarket or the use of QR codes on that McDonald's freebie. Overall, GMAT teaches the basics or the fundamentals of different subjects of math while seeing the practical application of that math in real life. So, the real question now is it useful? At first glance, sure, the course is very useful. But the most important question we need to ask is it useful in everyday life? Now that you think about it, most of the topics in the course is not very practical in real life. And here's what I think. Sure, I do agree that the topics in this course is very useful, but only on fields of study or occupations. And I think it's just like any other subjects in school. For example, calculus, programming, or chemistry. These are courses where it can be used in certain fields of study or in a job, but not really in everyday life. You don't need calculus to know the maximum balls you can fit in a jar. In real life, people just buy some balls and buy a jar and try their best to fit how much they can. You don't need programming to hack into someone's computer. You just ask them the password. In fact, hacking is illegal. And you don't need biochemistry to know the appropriate food intake you need every day. Because in real life, we just eat until we're satisfied. However, out of all the subjects that we've learned, the most useful for me would be business math. And to be honest, I hated it because I'm not interested in business math whatsoever. But I know deep in my heart that this topic is probably the most useful and the most practical knowledge I can gain for real life. Especially since we live in a capitalist society, wherein profit is the most crucial part that will make society function. So in business math, we learn about stocks, shares, simple and compound interest, mutual funds, saving accounts, and etc. And as much as I hated it, I really wanted to learn it because I know that it can be very useful for me in the future. And since I wanted to learn it, I was disappointed on how it was executed or how it was delivered because we only discussed about business math for 3 weeks, and each week has 2 meetings, so about 9 meetings overall. And for me, I think it did not give the appropriate amount of time to teach the lesson, especially for an amateur. Other than that, most topics were rushed because of the limited time. Overall, the topic is very useful for me, and I think it could use more work on the delivery or how it was taught. Off to a different topic. So most of you might be thinking, based on what I said, that GMAT isn't a good course or GMAT isn't interesting. And that is where you're wrong, friends. The course may not be useful IRL, but all the subjects are very interesting. The most interesting topic for me would be game theory. Because personally, I like games. Be it board games, card games, group games, video games, etc. And I like games because there are different strategies and tactics that you can use to exploit your strength and weaknesses of your enemies. Game theory's primary objective is to find a way to give the players the best payoff in a given situation. Which is why I think that game theory resonates with me the most. Not only that, game theory can also be used in real life situations. But compared to business math, game theory is applicable to certain situations, unlike business math that is applicable to everyday life. In conclusion, Gmat isn't that very useful. Then again, just like any other course, their topics can be impractical in real life situations. But Gmat is very interesting because you get to expose yourself in different knowledge and information. And that is why learning in this course is fun, because it is very interesting and very intriguing to know different things that you don't normally get to know every day. Some of you may have noticed that I have been filming and uploaded this vlog during the COVID-19 outbreak. And if there's anything I learned in this course, my only word of advice is make sure to verify your news to prevent misinformation. Like our professor said in coding theory, humans are the best coding machines. So make sure you decode the news before you believe them, because you might not know they may be fake. Especially in this time of crisis wherein information is very crucial. And misinformation will only make it worse for ourselves. Our current situation is bad as it is, so let's not make it worse for all of us. Well, that's it for now for course reviews. Please leave a like if you do. Stay safe, stay indoors, and always wash your hands. Jane!